Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 3rd through the 9th of 2020, first full week of February. I wanted to start off by saying before I started the weeklies, I had finished a personal reading for someone and I had picked out, these objects to put in there. And I loved it so much. I loved it, the setup so much. I was like, I'm just going to keep this for the weekly readings. And my point of this is that there's a sense of airiness, calmness, freshness about it. And for the signs so far, that has been true in the readings. This is a week of ease. I want to say ease, okay? A week of ease for most signs, or at least the signs so far that I've done the readings for. And I think that's very, very good, right? It just feels good. Not overly, jumping up and down happy, but just good, okay? And I feel no different about your reading here. So the overall energy for this week, the Divine pulled out the Nyx card. This is all about relaxing, being in the flow, right? Being in the flow of the universe. It's kind of a reawakening of the awe and beauty and wonder that the world here has to offer. This is all about peace and calmness. And it's definitely a card of intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. This week, there's what feels like out of the blue coincidences, which, there is no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. Serendipities, right? A strange, like, how did that happen? But in a good way, right? Like, wow, where did that come from? So overall, it's going to be a very good week for you. I feel like for all the signs at this point. Because look, the very first card out for you is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is all about recovery. Recovery from finances. That's usually the big one because it's Pentacles, but it can be recovery from anything. Healing, right? Maybe physical healing. Maybe you're recovering from a cold, a flu. I mean, it could be that simple, or it could be deeper recovery. Recovery, again, like from finances. All of a sudden, money starts coming in, a new job comes in, a promotion. Recovery, it can be from love, a heartache, an argument with a friend, whatever it might be. But there is recovery this week. And it's amplified here by the 10 of Wands in reverse, which is releasing some burdens, right? Maybe there was a bill that you were behind on and now you can pay it. Again, whatever it might be for you, there's relief, okay? I just keep hearing relief. Like that sigh, whew, okay, that's done, right? And then you have, I love it, the 9 of Wands, which is, yeah, you're persisting, you're moving on, perseverance. You're going to keep going. You're okay with that. Things can be challenging, but you have this peace over you just knowing it will all work out. That is the feeling this week. Like things will just work out. I'm trusting in the universe, right? I'm trusting in the universe. And amazingly, it does. Like a check that comes in the mail out of nowhere and you're like, oh, I forgot that person or company or whatever it is owed me that. And it's like, oh, wow, out of the blue, right? And then you're able to pay that bill, which releases some burden. Situations like that, it will be different for all of you, Gemini. There's a lot of you out there. I'm just trying to give some examples here. Then you have the 3 of Pentacles. I love this because, yes, this is you working hard at your job, right? Trying for those promotions, those raises, but this is also your team, your angels, your ancestors, your guides. They're working with you to have these things come into your life. They're doing their part, you're doing your part, and it's a team. And it's just a reminder that they're there. Then, Gemini, you have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is inspiration coming in. Again, it's a calmer inspiration. Like sometimes we have that inspiration and it's like fire and energy, right? Wands. But this is more like, I don't know how to explain it, Spirit. It's just a calm inspiration. It's like a very small aha moment. It's, oh, that's how that works. Or just that inspiration from that, if that check comes in, it's that inspiration and faith in the universe coming back to you, just going, things do work out. I'm inspired to stay in a good place mentally, right? I'm inspired to keep going because this came into me. I'm going to continue to think positively, right? That kind of inspiration. Sometimes we need just that one little thing to move us forward, right? To have the faith, continue in the faith, right? Then you have the high priestess. Now, this is beautiful because the high priestess is all about that intuition. Again, relaxing and being in the flow with the universe this week. You are following your gut instincts, you know what's going on, your intuition is on point, and it's just like it is it's there. Like there's just like it's a knowing, I guess, that yeah, of course my intuition's on point. Like I feel like you might be saying that to me, right, Gemini? You might be like, Shannon, of course my intuition's on point. Like this is a no-brainer, right? I know what's going on. It's very nice, but very relaxed about it. Again, very relaxed about it. Then you have the Lord of Pentacles. We absolutely love this because you're in that flow with the universe, right? You're relaxing. You know the universe is doing their job. This is you attracting abundance. Again, that check that may come in. That's the example they're giving me, right? It could be that you get a new promotion, money coming in from a lawsuit, inheritance. I mean, it kind of could come in many forms. But yeah, you're attracting the abundance because of the mental state that you are in, and the emotional state of trusting the universe and trusting your intuition. And I will say this, there's big changes for 2020. There's big changes for February. If you haven't watched the monthly, watch the monthly. But yeah, there's a new chapter coming in. But I was saying this because this card came out for Taurus. It came out for Aries. It's a new chapter, but it's almost like we all knew it was coming and we're not surprised about it. Yes, we're through this cycle of our lives. We're starting this new cycle. But again, there's this peace about it that I can't quite put into other words other than calmness and peace and airiness, right? It's not, even though it might be a big change for you and a big positive change for you, it's almost like, yeah, I knew this was coming. Right? It doesn't feel like a surprise to you. Like, yeah, I knew this was coming. Even the strange coincidences that we're talking about where it's kind of out of the blue, it's still that feeling of, yeah, I knew this was coming. And there's gratitude in there, and there's like, yeah, but it's like, of course I trust in the universe. Of course I know things are going to work out. The universe always has my back. There's just, again, this calmness about it. So there is this new cycle coming in, this new chapter that is, very positive, of course, very, very positive. You have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is that gratitude for one. Yes, I am grateful. Thank you, universe, for having my back. Thank you for putting me in a mindset of trusting the universe, right? But this is also a card of sharing that. It doesn't necessarily mean sharing your wealth because this is the Pentacles. It is money. Although it could be, maybe, for once, it's been a long time where you could pick up the tab, you take somebody to lunch and you could pick up the tab. Okay. That's the gratefulness. That's the sharing, but it's also sharing your inspiration, with others, not every single person watches these videos, not every single sign of Gemini watches these, not every single, Cancer watches Cancer, so these messages are for a select few of you, meaning that you're going to share the information with people in your life. They might look at you a little nutty, but you're going to say, listen, this is why these things are happening. I'm trusting in the universe. I'm trusting my intuition. I'm going with the flow. You should think about it. You should think about doing that, right? So you're sharing your wisdom. Then you have the Six of Swords. I love this. Goes back to the recovery, right? You're letting go. This is a rite of passage. You're going from the rough waters to the calm waters. Again, the new chapter, just spirit confirming what's down already. Yeah, and you know it. The thing is, it's like you know it. You're like, oh, there's been some waves. The sea always calms back down. It's just kind of matter of fact. Good week, right? And then you have the high priest. Okay, so again, this is all about that higher wisdom. You sharing that higher wisdom. You just know things are going to work out. Um, Again, that calmness that comes in. I'm sorry, I know I keep repeating myself, but that's what spirit wants me to do. So yeah, you're going within for your answers, right? You're not really looking for anybody else to give you answers. You know the answers, they're within you. And then you have, I love this because this is coming out a lot too. The Seven of Wands is about really reprioritizing, what's going on in your life. Okay, that burden's done. So, like, for most of us, we all make lists. Let's say that you're in debt, okay? And you're like, who do I pay first, right? Who do I pay first? And this money comes in and you pay your top priority. But then you look at your list and you're like, you know what? I need to reprioritize this list here because the next thing I want to pay off is this, right? Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what it is for you, Gemini, but it's just, again, an example. So you're reprioritizing right after this happens. You're reorganizing, reprioritizing, which is a good thing. We should always be doing that. Revamping, right? Revamping your list. And then, bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles. I love this too because this has been coming out a lot too, which is it's time to start reaping some of those rewards, right? Some of those seeds we've planted, seeds of intention. We're reaping them. Hence the check coming in, if that's the case for you, right? However, I often say this because I just don't want, I want people always to be in a good space. When we have the Seven of Pentacles and we're in this stage of reaping, do not forget to replant seeds, okay? So I use the apple tree, right? You eat the apple, what do you do with the seeds? You replant the seeds to make more apple trees, okay? To keep replenishing, to keep that cycle going, right? So definitely remember that, and I don't even think I have to tell you, remember, people know that once we hit one, we can tick off one thing on our on our list, check that box. That doesn't mean we're done, right? We keep going. So replant the seeds, reset the intentions of what's next for you, reprioritize, right? But you are going to be reaping some of the rewards. And then lastly, Spirit brought out the grounded card. Keep your roots and stand taller than the trees, right? So you're growing, your perspective's changing. You're seeing things, again, like that reawakening in awe and wonder of the universe and how it works. And, this is just a reminder to you that, yeah, there's a lot of beauty that you've been missing out on because you've been in that energy of lack, and we all have that happen. So, but you're coming out of that, right? Recovery. So stay grounded, right? Stay grounded. And when I see that, it brings me back to the Seven of Pentacles is staying grounded, right? Don't just take the fruit and run away. Replant the fruit, right? Replant the seeds of the fruit. So, Gemini, this is your weekly message. I think it's really, really beautiful. Let me know in the comments. I read each and every one. Do not forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That lets YouTube know that this is of value to you. And, of course, always click on that little bell. That little bell notifies you when Spirit and I upload a new video. So, until next time, Gemini, all my blessings to you.